with Ken and Lisa Lane here at Waters Garden Center. Isn't it handy to have a studio right here at the garden center?
It's handy.
It's so much easier. In the old days, you had to go to the studio, book some studio time. Generally, had an engineer that would help you. Now I wish I had a producer.
You are the producer.
Well, I'm the producer, the talent, the engineer, the whole thing. So, and technology's got it where you can do that. But it used to be I'd have an engineer and I'd have a producer who helps you book speakers, get topics, keep online. Then all you had to do was show up and go, keep the outline. Or here, your time is out. Cut. Now you got to watch the timer. It's like more, it's beneficial. Technology is good for the smaller people, small business, because now we can be as talented or have the resources that only big companies could have.
Right.
And I know some big companies, they wish they could be this local, talking to consumers, to local homeowners, gardeners about their homes at this local base, but they got to go national. They just can't do it. It's too big. So they just have these big Super Bowl messages, which is coming up, huh?
It is.
So, yeah.
I don't even know. We don't follow football very well.
We follow the opera more than we follow
I don't even know about
football.
That. We're not that high class, honey.
Anyway, in our minds, we actually work.
That's our hobby.
So what do you got for us this week? What are we looking at garden-wise? What are people talking about?
So garden-wise, we're still in that preparing, thinking about spring kind of mode, which is a fun mode to be in.
Yeah.
Kind of start planning out your gardens. If you're going to do vegetable gardens, raised bed gardens, any flower gardens, now's a really good time to just kind of plan what you want, where you're going to put it, and all those good things.
I was loading a couple truckloads of mulch, food, fertilizer, manures, topsoils. As gardeners they're preparing the soil for sure.
Yeah.
So they've been getting that, and just it's like 20, 30 bags. It's backbreaking work. It's good money, but it's hard money to lift that much soil.
It's true. Yeah.
I think a lot of folks like the bag stuff. I mean, you could get it cheaper in bulk from, let's say, a dump truck, just dumping it on your driveway. But then you got to haul it, schlep it. You get some more work to get it
point
from there
A to point B,
and then back to it's easier in a bag, and the quality is by far way, way better than something bulk. So your soil yards, your rock yards have what's called a garden mix, which they'll dig out stock ponds. They got some rich, gooey clay, and then they cut it to make it aerate better. They put free wood chips they get from the dump. And they'll add some horse manure they got free from somewhere. So it's horse manure, wood chips, and some junk. And they mix it up, call it a garden soil, and it doesn't grow very well. I've tried several times. You're better off I'll tell folks, if you've got really big beds, use that stuff to filler in the top layer, put the Waters potting soil, because that's our growers mix. That's what our plants are grown in.
Right.
So if you can take a start that from the garden center and put it in more soil that it already knows, you're going to have for sure success. Don't blend it in that top layer of gunk. Just use that as filler.
Right.
Make sure it drains. That's the problem. It doesn't drain.
Yeah.
And then use the tops. Use 6-8 inches of Waters potting soil. That's our growers mix in the top layer. It'll be a game changer for you. If you struggled, that one little tip right here is worth the entire hour's worth of the show. It's a game changer. Soil makes everything.
Soils are people don't think about it, especially if they've moved from other areas where, they throw a seed in the ground and it sprouts and grows. We're a little different here.
Yeah.
So soils are very important, whether you're doing raised bed or in the ground. It's something worth paying attention to. And I think you do a whole garden class on soils.
Yeah, we've got one in 2 weeks, I believe. No, the first weekend, it's either check the website, watersgardencenter.com. That's right there, classes. But we've got one on soil prep, and we'll go over all of that. Yeah.
Right.
How often should you change out your container soils? How often should you change out raised beds? How much you should add? What you should add? We go deep. It's kind of your brain will start smoking by the time you get done.
But it's definitely worthwhile, especially if you're new to the area or new to bed, vegetable gardens and that kind of thing. Yeah. But that's a little tangent we went off on.
Hey, sometimes you just got to riff and go with it.
It's important. But I was going to talk about seeds.
Yeah.
So we've got in our seeds for the 2023. So they're all fresh seed.
Yeah.
They're all dated 2023. And we get them from two companies. We do Lake Valley and
Botanical Interest.
Botanical Interest.
Both of them are very small, mom and pop, little companies. Yep.
But great companies, good quality seed.
Yeah.
And we just have a really nice selection right now. So we have all your cool season veggie, your spring season vegetables, your lettuces, your kales, spinach, onions, beets. We got everything.
But I want tomatoes and cucumbers.
Well, we have that too.
Oh, really? They're all in.
They're all
good.
in.
Yeah, grab them now.
So
Yeah.
it's if you're thinking about doing your spring seeds, definitely come in and check out what we have, because it's probably, if you're going to be starting them inside, definitely time to start thinking about starting those seeds and getting them going. We also do have a really nice selection of warm season, so tomatoes, squash, peppers. So if there's like an odd seed that you just can't get grown at the garden center, now's the time to start looking for it in seed.
I was doing research. You know what the number one vegetable is grown by all gardeners? Tomatoes. You know what number 2 is?
Peppers.
Nope. That was like number 4.
Squash.
Cucumbers.
Cucumbers
are the number 2.
Really?
This is on a national level. I don't know about Prescott, Arizona,
right?
But it's a very popular. I think it's because you can only get like one type of cucumber at a grocery store.
Yeah.
And tomatoes, you can get 2 or 3 varieties.
Right.
Sometimes they're green. They're all terrible tasting, but
yeah,
cucumbers, there's only one variety. So if you want any kind of variety, you grow your own.
Right. We've got pickling cucumbers, Armenian cucumbers, bush cucumbers, vine cucumbers,
straight 8s,
straight 8, you name it, we got it. So
come on down, we got your cucumbers right on here. Grow your own.
And within both lines, we have a series that's organic.
Yeah.
So it's certified organic. It'll be printed on the label, certified organic. And then we just have the regular seeds as well, but they're all non-GMO.
There we go.
Both companies, non-GMO.
Yeah, I'd worry more about the genetically modified when you're doing seed. That's more important than organic, because the definition, I don't know what that even means half the time. But genetically modified, if they altered the DNA of that plant, let's say corn, soybeans, that kind of beans, for sure that's a problem. So you don't want to grow those. You're growing your own so that you can get away from that. Because in the grocery store, half the stuff there is genetically altered so it produces or ships easier for folks. They're going for bushels per acre. They don't care, and shipping it across a continent. They don't care about flavor, nutrition. They're caring about how it looks. They want to get you to buy. They actually embed red in some fruits, tomatoes and stuff. Right. It's genetic. It's not actually tasting better, or it doesn't bruise as easy. Just you can have better. You can grow your own better. It's so easy.
You can. You definitely can.
The other one too. This is where you don't see it, but it does play out. There's definitely different grades of seed. They actually have ultraviolets. They actually will put them through a scanning system. They sort them by grade of seed. And you see it pretty easily with big seed, like sunflowers and beans and peas. You don't see it as much with carrots, but they still have these small seeds, they still have the same grading. And some of these buy 10 for $1. This is what's left over. They sweep it off the floor and stuck it in a bag and go, you want it? Yeah. But I don't know if you want to buy that, pay the extra $1 and get the good quality seeds, or know who you're buying it from, because you get better germination rate, bigger plants, healthier produce, more quantity. The quality makes a huge difference in seed. I can't emphasize that enough. And
I would say it is kind of get out there and get what you want now.
Yeah, right.
Because a lot of times, even like 3 weeks from now, there'll be seed that we won't be able to get anymore. Yeah. So it's kind of when it's gone kind of thing. It's not like there's a bunch sitting in the shed waiting to be put out. So you definitely, especially if there's certain very specific varieties you're looking for, you want to get out there and be the early worm. There are what's called seed banks or seed vaults. These seeds are kept inside these huge high security, very thick doors. Like security is intense, because you'll have $3 million of seeds sitting in this little tiny vault. So it's high security. And then when the vault runs out, there are no more peas. That variety's gone. How about a different one? So we are out of time, Lisa. Thank you very much on seed. Ken and Lisa Lane, the Mountain Gardeners. Be right back after this.